Yo. Hey, what's up, everybody? Um, how everybody doing? Sorry, I'm making sure I got the setup all the way together on all my streaming channels. I'm coming to you live on TikTok, YouTube, my Facebook business page, and my favorite Facebook personal page. Before I start, I just want to make sure that I can hear myself, and I'm double checking myself on my MacBook to make sure I can hear and make sure my audio is good because I have no way of telling if my audio is good. So I'm actually listening to myself, waiting for it to play. So I'm like literally looking at myself. It's kind of cool and silly at the same time. And then I like as I expected, my Bluetooth said it was on, but my Bluetooth was not on because for some reason all of my devices are like kind of connected with each other. So you guys just bear with me a couple more seconds because it's like talking to me live in real time, and I'm gonna make sure that my Bluetooth doesn't switch off. So I had to turn it off a couple of my other devices. What's up, Dakota on TikTok? I appreciate having you here, and I gotta turn the volume because it has a major echo going on. But oh, CER has my follow me on my streaming platform. Man, everybody on TikTok, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. This is day 2 of me doing this. As time progresses, hopefully I can get my daughter involved in those on TikTok. I really wish you guys could see because I got a live stream going on right now. Unfortunately for myself, I don't know how to do the RPMs. So I wasn't able to do all of this simultaneously together on one platform. But when there's a will, there's a way. All right. So before we start, anybody on Facebook and what's up, YT? This is my first time doing it. You guys know how I do it. This is like my third broadcast in the week, and then right there, that's my boy Poppy. Poppy joined me for this broadcast, and I need to tell my wife she needs to check this out. So I'm gonna send her a text message before we have a word of prayer, and then go forward with everything like we normally do. So I got text my wife 1 second. Goodness, she got 2 phones, and like I cannot keep up with her number. I'm gonna tell her to go to my Facebook page. Go to my Facebook page. She is enjoying herself uh, with her friend. They are on day 4 of their adventure, their odyssey of just enjoying themselves. And it just makes sense. My daughter doesn't have nobody's number stored. So I got on my kid's phone. I'm actually talking on Cassidy's phone. I got to have a conversation with her later on. And thank you to whoever's on Facebook or on YouTube looking at me right now. Drop a comment. I appreciate it. I want to say love because that's the only way I'm going to be able to see who's actually on and watching me right now. But like I sit there and said, everybody, you know how I do. Now we can go ahead and get into it. So we're going to get into a word of prayer. So, everybody, we're 2 or more gathered. And right now, I got 7 people on my broadcast. I appreciate all of you. So I'm going to keep my hat on. That's no disrespect to God, no disrespect whatsoever. It's kind of chilly. I got my fan going on because I need the circulation. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Dear Lord Heavenly Father, I come to you today. I ask that you bless this broadcast. Let the information that comes out of my mouth be nourishing to someone online right now. Dear Lord, I thank you for this opportunity to be in this position right now to minister to those who know me and those who do not know me, and just go ahead and do your will. I hope to entertain them for a few minutes other time, and I just want to thank them so much so for taking the time out of their day to watch my broadcast. And as time progresses, Lord, may your will be done. May this be a positive influence upon the people who watch and subscribe and like and comment, or those who find fault in what I say. Lord, I hope they understand I am just a student studying and being bold in my faith with you. And this I ask in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen, everybody. I thank you guys so much so for being on here. I really have a lot to speak to you about, and I wish my apparently my iPad doesn't believe in letting me know when it's gonna shut off. So I gotta change up the settings. So every day I do this, Is it giving me a chance to improve? And yesterday I was doing this and getting it set up, and something just told me, was like, "Yo, Jay, just go out here and do something." And I was like, "Okay, God, let me be obedient to your word." And that's all I want to do. So I got to make sure I put my iPad on never, because I want to stay on schedule. So I actually jumped the gun 2 minutes early. I got a timer going on for this apparent reason, because I don't want to bore you. I thank you guys so much for your time, but I want to go ahead and jump into what I need to jump into. Yesterday, I was having a discussion with my daughter. My daughter was sitting there talking about forgiving herself, and I was like, "Look, baby, if anybody in the world can forgive themselves and move forward, it's your dad. I've made 10 times the mistakes that you can't even think about, and quite frankly, it was because you and your sister, a lot of stuff started to change for me. Once again, I'm not pumping my chest. I'm gonna be all the way frank with you. That stage and that season of my life is way over with, right? Because I was a timid kid, right? I was never really the confrontational. I didn't have a whole lot of people to have my back. So it'd be like, "Hey man, you touch me, me and my cousins are gonna come out," like for real, for real. I had two cousins my age, and I had a sister. It was like a total of four of us. And then I had on my mama's side a couple other cousins, but my older cousin was like in the military, and my grandmother wasn't about that life. She was a minister, so she preached education. Once again, I love you and I appreciate you for that, because I see the importance of it. But of course, you don't want to get punked around. You don't want to feel less than. You don't want no one to take advantage of you. So you're gonna pump your chest out. And guess what? My timer's getting ready to go up. It went off, so I'm gonna start it again. And I said I was gonna work on that so it doesn't make that sound, and it made the sound anyways, because I'm looking at my eyes. So I'm multitasking. I am producing, I am entertaining, I'm on the streaming, and I'm on my daughter's iPhones because they lost them. So I'm gonna utilize all this technology. And this is all in preparation because, like I said, I got a very exciting thing happening this week. It's already been put out there in the universe. Called my homeboy. We talked. We confirmed it. I will be doing my first podcast with Sipping and Conversation. Those is my besties from Orlando, Florida. When I was living in Florida, that's Buddha and Quan. Buddha's going to get on here with me, and we're going to chop it up. I know for the longest, me and Buddha had talked about doing this. It was really me and Quan as well, and Quan was going to do this and that, but we could never get it going. I mean, like for years, we had been talking about doing something of this magnitude, but never got around to doing it. But now we here, and that's the blessing. Okay, that is definitely the blessing. So I look forward to it. But back to what I was saying, my daughter came at me and she said, "Dad, it's so hard." And I said, "Baby, do you believe in Christ?" She said, "Yes, I believe in Christ." I said, "Okay, I got this book, just finished it, Damaged but Not Destroyed." And I said it was by Pastor Todd. I refer to him as Pastor Todd, even though he's younger than me, because I cannot. I think it's Michael Todd, exactly. In chapter 1, he said his name, Michael Todd. If you don't want to put the title, I don't think he put pastor on his book. Don't quote me on it. Don't quote me on it. Don't quote me on it. But anyhow, I'm faith based, and I was watching this thing on the History Vault channel, right? And before I continue on, this is a big pin, so if you see me do what I'm going to do, tell you go to my storefront and blah blah blah. I got to have it out here. It's a multicolored 4-in-1 big pin. If you go to my Amazon store, which is in the link or in my bio, you can definitely get it. It definitely will come in handy. It's definitely nice. And by the way, if you are on Facebook and YT, please go ahead at this point in time and make sure you follow me. You can follow me on TikTok. It's for free. And those who are on TikTok, please share this. So I had this scripture, and that's how I like to do things. That's how my grandma would do things. And with technology, man, I promise you, you can go. They got this thing called the Holy Bible AI, and you can just put in something and like boom, 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 it give you some information. So I pulled this out and I wanted to share it with you because I know somebody who's watching right now or who's going to hear this, you might be going through something. But I want to let you know, if you believe in Christ, remember he died for our sins. He died so that we can get entry into heaven. Listen, this is what the scriptures say, and I know people like to debate and all this other stuff, but if you believe, then you believe, and it's in you, then let it be in you, okay? It says in Matthew 11:28, we find a invitation from Jesus Christ, one that resonates with the weariness that so often permeates our lives. This verse speaks directly to those who feel burdened, whether by the weight of sin, the struggle of daily life, or the deep-seated weariness that comes from trying to navigate a complex world. Jesus does not simply acknowledge our struggle, he offers a solution. The rest he offers is not merely physical rest, but a deep soul level peace that comes from being in relationship with him. It is in coming to Jesus that we find true rest, a rest that transcends our circumstances and allow us to lay down the heavy burden we never meant to carry alone. In the Christian doctrine, the rest is understood as the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. It is a gift given through grace, and it is available to all, regardless of our past or present circumstances. Jesus is our comforter and our sustainer. In him, we find the strength to endure and a hope for a future free from the chains of exhaustion and despair. Concluding prayer, and I believe in prayer, so I'm going to pray right now with you. Heavenly Father, we come before you today feeling tired and burdened. We thank you for the gracious invitation that Jesus extended to us to lay down our heavy loads and find rest in him. Help us to trust in his promise and to seek refuge in his loving embrace. May we experience the peace that only he can give, and may our weary hearts find solace in his presence. Teach us to rest in you, not just in moments of tranquility, but in the midst of life's storms. We ask this in the precious name of Jesus. Amen. Listen, I'm just going to be point blank with you. I am still studying. Don't quote me on anything. I'm just a messenger trying to do my job and tell you one thing that, hey, if you feel weary, it's understandable. That's what God's for. Jesus forgives us. You know what I'm saying? That's what his grace and mercy was all about. And if you need additional information, hit me up. I would definitely love to provide it to you. Okay? I would definitely love to do that for you. So you just let me know where I could be of service, and I would love to be of service to you. So as I was sitting there saying before, that is not just a blurred screen. That is my boy. Say hi, Poppy. That is Poppy. I know you guys hear him a lot. I'm always talking to him because that's my son. I refer to Poppy as my son. Okay, and that's who he is, and that's who he is. So I wanted to show you. He came and he's chilling with me. He's giving me comfort. So that was a blessing, and I wanted to let you guys know that's Poppy. Now I wish he was on the other side, but I just gave him a treat, and he's uber content to just sit down and chill with me. We call him our emotional support son, and really, I am really appreciative of my wife being on vacation, because through her vacation, I've had nothing but time with my son, and it's been amazing. So I want to go ahead and update you. I talked to my wife today. I told her, I was like, babe, thank you so much for this opportunity, because really this opportunity has only been afforded to me to have this opportunity. So she had FaceTime me earlier. She was looking at different things to get our daughter and myself while on vacation. And I was like, oh, that is so nice of you to think of us. And I'm trying to FaceTime her, but she's probably having a drink. And it's so funny because I told her while she was there, I said, baby, I wasn't expecting you to hit me up or contact me. I wanted you to enjoy yourself. Also, there goes my wife. So I'm on my live broadcast, so I'm going to turn your volume down just a little bit. I'm not showing you, but I sent you the link. I told you to go to my Facebook business page. Did you go? Did you go? I just got back and put my cover up. Oh, you put your cover up on. Okay, so that's good, because I literally got 6 minutes for this segment. But I was like, I wanted to make sure I showed you what I'm doing, because me and our son is right here, and he's co-hosting it with me. But he had a piece of duck jerky, so right now he's not thinking of no one at all. But if you could take a look at it and let me know what you think, I appreciate it. I love you. I want you to have a good time and put your cover up on. You know. You're not doing it live still now? I'm doing the live right now. I'm 15 minutes in it.
So you want me to go look at it?
Yeah, I want you to go and give me your evaluation of it, okay?
Okay, we'll do.
All right, love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, so that was just me giving you guys an update on my wife. She just got out the pool. You know, we got the Arctic blast going on, but I'm super excited for her. Lord knows she needed a breather, and she's having a mini vacation. Well, it's not a mini vacation when you're out the country. Like my wife is out the country, so she's having her turn up, and I'm happy for her. She's with her best friend. They are fellowshipping with each other. That's one of the things I really commend her for because I know for me growing up. I had my best friends, but when I left home, I kid you not, I was a different person than what I am today. And because of that, I kind of tested a lot of my friends' endurance. In fact, my cousin had called me up because right now I would just ask that you guys keep my family in your prayers. Um, our grandmother was transferred to hospice, and she's in hospice care right now. And you know, my family's going through the season, and then for me, everything's a little bit different. We all things impact us all differently, but me and him had a conversation, and we were watching our Browns get beat by the Texans by a former Buckeye, and during the Facebook, he was talking to his little cousin, my daughter, and I seen one of my old people from Rogers. Shout out to Rogers High School. And instantly, I wish I could have redone it, but I was like so far caught up in the moment. And I was the first thing I normally do is pick with people I love and people I care for. I know the last time I seen my boy, it wasn't the best of a conversation, but it wasn't a bad conversation. Sometimes in life, you kind of just separate and you grow apart. And that's exactly what kind of happened in that situation. So the first thing I did was nitpick with him and call him ugly. And bro, you know you far from ugly. And I'm a married man. I can admit that. And there's no what's the word? There's no any of that. We've been boys and we've been boys for a long time. We play football and everything else with each other. So we ain't rocking like that. But bro, I could say that my homeboy's handsome. Love you, love what you have done. I love how you have been always a man of integrity. And I ain't gonna put your name out there because I don't want you to throw me in the rap. No, really, everything's a blessing because I have never seen someone be so faithful to his teams. My boy has been a Kansas City Chiefs fan since Joe Montana. And like Joe Montana retired when we was like 10. This man has been a New York Knicks since Patrick Union. Probably earlier than that, since he came out the womb. I promise you, I think he's a Yankee fan, but for sure he loves the team up north. And we all know what the team up north did, even though we all know the last time they stepped up to the University of Toledo, the Rockets, go Rockets, we mollywopped them in the big house. And I'm going to say that. And you can call me petty for it. It is what it is. Y'all cheated. My Buckeyes lost. And I can't believe the last time we had a coach lose 3 times consecutively to the team up north, we fired him. And he was a great coach. John Cooper was a great coach, but we let him go. So this thing with Ryan Day, I don't know what information he got on him, but bro, I'm surprised, but maybe he knows how to recruit and maybe we can bounce back. But I tell you what, we ain't got a championship since Urban Myers. I don't care how many playoff games you've been to. It's only going to get, tougher downhill from here. Straight up. By the way, lemon water once again with a Haws, but I found me a lemon Haw. So you don't see the bread at the bottom because it's not a cherry Haw, but that menthol tastes excellent. In fact, I just had a wonderful moment with my niece, and we were FaceTiming her auntie, my wife, and she got up in that kitchen, and I love to cook, but hands down, I always defer to her when she's in my home and she starts cooking because baby girl knows how to tear it up, and it's always delicious. And today was no exception. And look, I say that to say this. Um, there's no rhyme or reason for it. I just wanted to give my niece her flowers. So with that being said, I updated you on my wife. She's doing fine. She's getting ready to leave, come back stateside. And I think, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna kind of broadcast my intentions, but put it to you like this: she might potentially see our niece before I see our niece. I ain't jealous of it whatsoever, but I was happy to have the conversation with my sister today. I told her our niece just looks like our grandmother Hazel, and I'm making some videos. Actually, I'm releasing some videos, so you will eventually understand that story as time progresses. There's a lot to add to the story, but shout out to my oldest because she has some type of notification from is Z what is ZEPETO. And Lord, pray for me because as a dad, I don't even want to know what this thing is, but I know it's probably like one of those avatar chat sites and all this stuff. But it says Serenity started live following. It's a lot of stuff going on. And there's a lot of good stuff going on. And my timer's getting ready to click. So you know exactly what time that is. Poppy, what time is that? It's time for a new segment. Right. So let me get into it, right? I heard about this guy. Um, I'm a pivot podcast person, right? I watch a lot of pivots. I love Ryan Clark. I like Shannon Crowder. He's very entertaining, and I love Fred Taylor. Fred Taylor was a little bit before my time. Like, yeah, like I knew about football and all that other stuff, but Freddie T, man, the vlogger and pivot, everything they do is amazing. And if you on TikTok, please follow me on TikTok. Okay, let me go ahead and get down to this. Let me go ahead and throw that ticker out. My people on TikTok, I appreciated some hearts. I'm really just going to ask of you guys, just throw a heart out there. But point I was making to you regarding this is this, right? I was watching Pivot, and it was after watching the artist D1. I happened to come across a conversation, and that's the beauty of TikTok. I came across the conversation. I was exposed to him, and when I seen him on the Pivot after being exposed to him, and I don't know how. I think it was like I found out he was a Christian rapper, and I was like, oh wow, cool. I love rap, and I love my faith, and I don't want trauma music. I've always referred to it, well, for the last several years, as trauma music. When people get on the microphone and they don't go to therapy and they just be letting all their personal stuff out. I mean, if it connects, it connects. For me, it's trauma music, and I don't like music where they're exploiting women, and I don't like music when they're glorifying drugs and drug selling and being a detriment to what I feel is our community. So, God works in mysterious ways, and that's why I said to say, it's like Fred Hammond said, your steps are ordered. So randomly I get introduced to D1. I'm like, oh, my dude got bars. And I'm like, I remember seeing his pivot, but I wasn't up on who he was. Lord, no, I should have just, gave credence or gave uh I should have gave him an opportunity because this is Ryan Clark, and like I said to say, Ryan Clark is astonishing to me. And you know, he's from Louisiana, and LSU beat us in like '08. Yeah, they beat us like in '08. With Les Miles. So I'm not big on the SEC, and I can say that. And I'm in SEC country, but I'm a Big Ten Buckeye. All right, so that's it. But it's like on an individual level, I really really like him. So I should have listened. And when I listened to pivot um his pivot uh YouTube yesterday, yo, it blew me away. Everything this man was saying was something I agree with, right? He's a scholar, he believes in education, he loves his family, his grandparents were his role models. May they rest in peace. He's been doing this for a long time. He had that mindset early on. Someone like myself, I didn't have the work ethic. I was definitely backsliding. Like I said, recently, it's not even been a month yet. But in 9 days, God willing, I get there. I could say it's been a month without me having the substance in my body to influence me in any type of way. This is all just me, and I'm really grateful for it. I still get sleep. I actually sleep even better than what I once used to sleep. I used to think I have to do it, be a coping mechanism, but once you get past that hard part of going from a nonverbal communicator to an actual communicator. Yes, my wife said I'm blocking Poppy. So Poppy, you gotta come here, baby. Your mama says she can't see you. Mama says she can't see you. So if mama says she can't see you, I gotta show you. So you gotta be seen. So there we go. So Poppy's not being blocked. My wife is watching. Love you, boo. I hope TT Renee's watching as well. And like I said there and said, thank everybody. But I was listening to D1, listening to his broadcast, and I loved everything about this man. His mission, okay? Not personally, like I'm not in love, but once again, if it resonates, it resonates. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm definitely happy because it gives me one more artist to share with our daughter, excuse me. Now let me sound off so cocky. So it's just helping me sustain in the word and giving me an olive branch just when you need something, because like for me, I've been praying off the desire to really watch that Shannon Sharp and Cat William broadcast. Like I want to watch it, but for me, my spirit, I don't want to put things into my atmosphere that I shouldn't really have, or something that's going to lead me down the stray. Because right now I'm 60 pounds down. I'm not on any substances, but what I'm really scared about is like going down the rabbit hole and seeing something that's going to leave an impression, and then you start off and you be like, okay, I'm good, and then you get comfortable using choice language and profanity flows out your mouth, and it's like, look, man, I know the devil is real and the devil's going to be at me, and I'm for it. I really am for it, because I feel like as I am ascending on this walk of faith, there is no way, there is literally no way um I can continue on this journey without realizing that at some point in time I'm going to be tested. And if I'm going to be tested, then I ask that God's will be done, and then it showed me exactly where I'm at in my faith. And I practice very often, even though this 90-day new introduction to Christianity book, I need to give it a little bit more time than what I have been. So y'all pray for me on that, okay? Because I really have it in me. As you see, I'm rocking with my son right now. My niece was just over here, and I got to get ready to go pick up our daughter in just a little bit. So even though I have time, I got to make sure that I make time, because I don't want to make time for God when I need God and can only give God the time when it's convenient for me. I need to make sure that I inconvenience my day-to-day life and give God all of me all the time. I mean, I wake up, I have conversations with him, but I know that I'm not going to get down the information and retain the information if I don't study it. Earlier today, me and my son, we made a TikTok video. I haven't released it yet, but I went to Walmart and I found these Nerf balls. But just make sure you follow me on TikTok and you'll see it from there. But you guys know what that means. It's time for a new segment. Let's get into it. So I'm faced with this little dilemma. Uh, my my TikTok happened to go off, and I got 2 million views on the video, and all of a sudden I thought I was getting like spam in my inbox. It's really like all these collaborators who's been hitting me up wanting to collaborate with me. And like I told you guys a couple days ago, Poppy, I'll sit you down. Love you, boy. Mama wants to see you, so you need to stay right there. Yep, sit down, sit down. Sit down, boy. Sit on the bed. Don't get on the actual bed. Sit on your bed. So my wife's watching. It's a double bed. Those is fresh sheets. We don't play about that. Ain't washing sheets till Sunday. But I got on here and they started giving me opportunities. And like I said, last month I've been doing reels on Facebook for quite some time now. But without the bonuses, like it's not even worth putting it out there, because there's no way without effort and dedication that I'm going to see the residual results as some of these influencers. I have to be dedicated to my craft. And if I'm not going to be dedicated to my craft, I might as well just go ahead and forfeit the opportunity bestowed upon me. So TikTok hit me up a couple of days ago and said, hey, we're going to take you out the Create a Better program. I said, take me out the program. I'm not really utilizing the program anyways. And, I made my peace with it. I said, I'm just trying. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I keep trying. They said, hey, it sounds like you're giving low quality audio. You're giving low quality video. I said, no, I'm actually doing the recordings. And I said I'm using the recordings, and I had a microphone. So I had this microphone I got off of Amazon, and just give me a second. I should have had it ready, but you know your boy, I don't never have anything really ready. So I found it. So I had this lavalier wireless mic, and I made this whole video about it last week. And I was like, yo, this mic is pretty dope. Like I could see it. I was like 50 feet from my actual iPhone, and I had a whole conversation, and I heard the audio. I was like, wow, this is cool. So yesterday when I got off my broadcast, guess what happened? My mic receiver dropped, and it was connected to my iPhone because I got like this little sticky little thing. Me and my wife got in Pennsylvania, and it's actually connected to my iMac right now, and that's how I'm able to do both of these broadcasts. Because, like I said, even though I got the streaming platform, I have not been able to figure out how to stream my TikTok yet. But like Mr. B said, just improve upon one thing at a time. So today is not the day for me to improve upon my RPM. In fact, when I actually get off this broadcast and later on the day, Lord willing, I might, find the time to do so. And if you're on TikTok, please go ahead, give me some hearts. I'm not gonna ask for anything else. Obviously, I got this little advertisement stuff going on, but that's what we do. That's what we do. So the question is social media becoming the new QVC? Well, I'll tell you what, without watching QVC, which I haven't watched QVC in a long time, do I think I have the capabilities to be a little bit more entertaining than QVC? Well, we're going to find out because guess what I got today? Dun, 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 dun. I found this, and I don't think my wife is going to be upset at me for this. This is a Bauer wireless lavalier microphone. So, like I said, the receiver dropped. I closed it, but guess what? It didn't correct itself. It didn't fix itself. So I said, you know what I'm going to do today, ladies and gentlemen? I am going to do a live demonstration. This right here, this is a tripod, and I have a Joby or Joby. Oh, you can't see it, TikTok. Now everybody can see it. Had this little phone holder. And like I said, I have about 25 different phones. So I have an iPhone 13. This is our youngest daughter's iPhone 13. I have, where's the other iPhone at? That iPhone I'm actually on TikTok on. And then my iPhone, I'm not using the whatchamacallit camera. I'm not using my web camera off my iMac. I'm actually using my iPhone 13 Pro Max. It's called the continuity camera. If you have a MacBook or if you have a iMac, what you can do is take a clip, put it on top of your MacBook, and what happens is this: it will go ahead and connect, and then it will allow you without any third party blah 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 to simultaneously use your camera off of your no, I don't do invites. I appreciate you guys watching. You want to do anything on TikTok, please send a heart, okay? Please send a like. Please share with your people. I don't do those live broadcast things. Not knocking anybody that does it. It's just not for me. But like I said, Facebook, if you guys got the opportunity to, go ahead and hit that, I think they call it a QR code. Hit that QR code and follow me on Facebook, and then send me a message and let me know, hey, John Lee, I found you on blah blah blah, and man, I'll be sure to return the favor, follow you, and all that stuff. I just don't do ghost accounts. You can even have like no picture on your thing, but if you're not active on TikTok, you're not watching, then there's really no purpose. This is all about engagement. So I'm going to take this iPhone 13, right? And I'm sitting down here in the kitchen chairs because, like I said, my wife's in Mexico right now. So I'm not going to get in trouble for this. Nor do I really think I'd get in trouble for doing this if she was home. She's definitely a great supporter. So I have my iPhone, my daughter's iPhone 13. I'm going to unbox this live. Yes, and we might have to extend this because I have another segment. I have quite a few segments because what's the purpose of getting on live and not having a conversation? You see, this is really a blessing to be in this situation. I was really going to pray about it because we said 2024, we're not going to be doing a lot of the things that we used to do. The things we used to do was that, hey, anytime I see a new piece of technology, I'd be like, oh, I got to go get that. Oh, I got to go get that. And my wife would be like, you don't have to go do that. You want it. And I'm like, no, I need this. And then as soon as I get it, it'll just sit there, collect dust. What's up, Poppy? Poppy. Poppy, love you. So I'm unboxing it right now, and I'm unboxing it. And let me just be all the way honest with you. I did not get the insurance at Walmart because, unlike what I seen from Best Buy and Target, this was only $18. And as they say, this was right up my alley. I figured that my wife would not be upset at me for doing this, so I did it. And I love you, wife, and I hope that I don't get in trouble for it. But I did break my mic. You know, I'm on my little content binge right now. So here it goes. It looks really similar to the one I already have. So there you go. You see it. Let me raise it up right there so it can be seen. I gotta pull it back. That's what I got. I gotta pull it back so you can see it both at the same time. It has. It looks like only thing that's different about it. It says it's a different brand. So here's the receiver. Let me pull it apart. There's the receiver right there. I'm pulling the receiver apart. Oh my goodness. This is a USB-C. Is it going to actually go in? I think I didn't read it. The deception. So, you know what this means? That's not going to work. Our daughter's iPhone's not going to work regarding this. So, that's a little discouraging. But guess what? I have iPad Air with a USB C. So I'm gonna plug that in right there into the receiver. I should have really read the box. It said wireless lavalier mic, plug and play clip-on microphone. I wanted this to have an attachment. So before I start assuming anything, let me finish unboxing everything in there. Um, oh, they have a cord. So the cord is right here. It's a USB C. Go figure. And they have a pamphlet right here. Got the pamphlet, and the receiver's already plugged in. So if it's a wireless play, usually the only thing you got to do is hit this button. So I'm gonna hit this button. There you go. I got the button. I'm waiting for it to change green. Is it gonna go green? It's beeping, beeping, beeping. Is it gonna go green? Does it recognize it inside there? So I'm gonna switch to USB C. So I had it one way. I'm gonna switch it upside down and see if that fixes it. So I plugged it in. Let's see, is it connecting? This is not like the one out the box that I previously purchased on Amazon. So I'm seeing, well, I'm going to have to go ahead and read the manual real quick. Let's see what the manual says. I thought it was going to be like, I was hoping it was going to be like an instant pairing. So this one says receiver UI. So product information parts. It has a clip. What is number 3 actually entail? Let me see. So it has a description of the parts, but it's a little confusing. Like you look at it with your eyes. I'm like looking at it with my eyes. It says all these numbers, but um, I'm a simple guy. I want to understand what one. Okay, so the lavalier microphones number 1, the USB C receiver that's number 2. That's the receiver that I have right here. And 3 is the charging port. So you connect the charging port inside it, then you can plug it up in and blah blah blah. It's supposed to work. So it says plug into device to be power on, red light on, plug out from device to be turned off. So I got to look at the iPad real quick. So just bear with me 1 second. Let's look inside this iPad. Thank you for everybody who's watching. I don't see it going red at all. Let me go ahead and put it back in, plug it in. I'm going to actually stop the timer. I'm going to go to the camera. I'm going to hit video. Okay, I see it red now. So I think it recognizes when the camera's actually on. So it's saying red. Okay, so let me see. Let me go ahead and look at this again. It says plug into device, power on, red light on, plug out from device to be power on. On, press and hold the power button for 3 seconds. Red, green light flashes alternatively. Press and hold the power button for 3 seconds. So I'm going to assume because this was actually on before I plugged that in correctly, I'm going to turn it off. Hold. 3, 2, 1. It's off. Now we're going to go ahead and press it again. Oh, it's still on. Let's see. 3, 2, 1, go off. My 3 seconds and their 3 seconds are 3 different seconds. It's still blinking. It's still, okay, it's off. Now, it says, peer. Yeah, baby, I think Poppy is camera shy. So it says, okay, off, press and hold the power button for 3 seconds. Peer, automatic connection and peering after startup. Green light is always on. Noise reduction. Press button twice. Green light flashes one time. Normal sound. Green light flashes three times. Noise reduction. So let's do this. 3 seconds on. Three, two, one. Peer, 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 peer. Okay, it's still blinking. It's still blinking, and it connects to the iPad. And I'm looking at the iPad. The light is still red. There's no button for the iPad, so it's still kind of syncing up. I had to just unplug it again in real time. I was really excited about this. Um, so we're going to just save some time, right? Based upon what I've seen, I might not get this. I did not see, and I'm not a person like when it says it, and I'm going to grab the box real quick so you guys can see once again. Let me grab the box. The box says on here, oh, I'm coming down. Oh, so it says right here on the box, ladies and gentlemen, omnidirectional wireless transmission, rechargeable transmitter, wireless lavalier mic, plug and play clip on microphone, phones, tablets, computers, delivers crisp audio. So it says crisp audio charging port. You know what? Maybe you know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna redo this. Not today, but what I'm gonna do is charge it up. Normally, you don't have to charge up the receiver. I didn't have to do that on the last one. But I'm gonna come back. Then it says USB-C receiver connects to phones, tablets, laptops. So I kind of feel like this was probably like I don't see where it says iOS compatible. I would have assumed it was iOS compatible, but like we said, it said we don't see nothing. And let me see. My wife is sitting there saying, "I'm glad I got to see some of the podcast. I'm about to get my stuff ready to head back to the boat. I love you. Awesome seeing you and Poppy. Can't wait to kiss your lips. Can't wait to kiss your lips either, babe." Um, it doesn't say anything, and you know what? Maybe blame it on me. I was really, really excited. Um, but it's cool because I gotta go back to Walmart anyways. So where one Walmart does not do it because I didn't want to go to Amazon. I could have put an order in with Amazon, but I didn't. I just wanted to get the product real quick. But when we went to Walmart earlier, they actually didn't have Poppy's dog food. Poppy is a blue buffalo, and this is the pink bag, and we've been giving him this is small breaded dog, and this is what we give him consistently. And look, he got real excited. Look, his face popped up. He's like, "Dad, we got food." No, but I did give him some duck jerky, and he devoured. His preference is always duck. Aren't you a duck lover? All right, so I'm gonna have to go back, so we're gonna have to save some time on that review. So you know what that means. It's time to go ahead and let's get into the next segment, right? It's all about not going backwards, right? So, well, is it? No, we already did a new tech review. Oh my God, all of my segments are kind of like out of whack, but it's all good. It's like totally to the good. Who cares at this point? I just want to thank you guys for being with me. Poppy does have food, babe. He has his second set of food. I went to the store already to go get him some. But like we said, we remember Minnesota in the hotel room after the Minnesota Timberwolves game. We're just happy that they didn't charge us additional for what the damage that one's anus caused that room. It was a really, really nice hotel and really, really nice room. That was the time we seen that Suburban. We're like, oh, we should get a Suburban, but them Suburbans are like $100,000. Like, nah, we're not out here trying to keep up with the Joneses. But that I think it was like a 2022 Suburban. It was really fly, and it's probably devalued some now, but still, it's probably way beyond anything we're thinking about. But for that reason, I learned to listen. So, no, we're going to go back to the store. We're going to go get him some more dog food, and we're going to move forward from there. But I really want to hit this one, and this one means a lot to me. It's about not going backwards. So, I was on the phone with my brother-in-law later on today, and oh, you know what? I love everyone. Thank you guys for the love. Thank you guys so much. Tanel, I really appreciate you. This 2 days in a row. Thank you so much for being part of the broadcast, and everybody on TikTok. Thank you guys so much for being here and for all the support. And right now, I welcome anybody who's on Facebook or on YouTube. If you don't know, Go ahead, hit that QR code. You can follow me. Man, this is taking me back to my WMBB days. But I talked to my brother-in-law earlier today. You guys keep with me in prayers. He's a little bit under the weather, but he's getting strong. The man is strong in the Lord, so we're gonna claim it. It's gonna be okay. And while we at it, please keep my parent-in-laws in prayer too. That cold, that Arctic blast and came in, and everybody got a little sickness they dealing with. Trust me, I was dealing with it too. Not even a month ago, our daughter came home from school and she blessed us all with something outside of a Christmas present. She got us both sick. And boy, I tell you what, there ain't nothing worse than seeing a grown man get sick. I could become the biggest baby in the world, but it gave me a lot of time to think and ponder upon life. So I was really blessed to have that moment. And by the way, shout out to my nieces and nephews and my god babies. I know you seen Uncle Jay. I know you seen God Daddy Jay follow you today. Yes, yes, I'm keeping eyes on you. Yes, appropriate content. Yes, that's not what we do. I seen you, my god baby. She's up in Jersey. Slim Sosa. Shout out to Slim Sosa. She got a ghost account, but then I seen like she still got some videos. And like I said, baby girl, I want them to love you for your intelligence because you are a very intelligent, beautiful woman. And them boys going to want you regardless. So, keep your eye on the prize and stay fixated on them grades. Straight up. So my brother had a conversation with me. He said, man, so you going back to work? I told him, Lord willing, I don't go back to work. Not in the same capacity. I said, I get tired of getting that phone call. I love the money. I love the job. I love my profession. But I don't like being swept away from my home for years at a time. The last time I left, I was gone for almost a year. And a year in child time is like eternity. And that's not good enough. And it's not good enough to fly your kids to you and spend time with them and spoil them. That's not what they need. They need the consistency. So, God willing, I'm not going backwards. I want to stay local. In fact, I told him while we were on the phone with each other, I said, God is moving me in ways I didn't foresee. I said I might actually get into teaching. I said I never attempted to be a teacher, but I love children. I love our future. I love my nieces, nephews. I love all these babies. I love Poppy. Yes, I love you, Poppy. Poppy, mommy gonna be like, why you not in the video again? So I gotta turn around like this, okay? So Poppy gotta be seen. So I love kids. I love to be a positive influence. Like D1 has been an influence to these kids. I strongly encourage you to go check him out on his YouTube. Some of his videos were, really, really touching. And I like it just inspired me, and that's one of the things with social media. You can be inspired from a source, or inspired, excuse me. You can be inspired and inspired to do something you never thought you could do, because you watch somebody online that you didn't have any rapport with. And that's why I said this. A lot of times I said, when we got on these social media sites, like you get on Facebook, you get on TikTok, you get on Instagram and YouTube, you follow the same peers. And then people started looking at me where like, why are you following? Like, why are you not following me? I was like, because you don't even post on Facebook. You be lurking. You be lurking, lurking, lurking. And I said, you don't engage or nothing. So I said, what is there to do? If I looked at your profile, I'd be bored with it. There's nothing to stimulate me, nothing whatsoever. I'd rather look at someone other than like my homeboy Pierre J. Like Pierre is a funny guy. And if you guys are on Facebook, just type Pierre. I hope he sees it because I'm giving him a shout out. Matter of fact, I want to give Rogers High School a shout out from 2000 to 2003. Like there was a lot, and there's still a lot of success going on. Like I'm speaking prophetically. Like Toledo stand up, be proud of your own. Like I read a post that my classmate and my cousin's good friend Daryl Brown, DB, as I know him as, launched for Black History Month, or whatever the case, with Walmart, his Midwest Kids collection. And there was someone in the Facebook group that I'm part of that seen the Midwest Kids attire in Phoenix, Arizona. And this was just released. And the gentleman said, I don't even know nothing about Midwest Kid. It just went with my kicks. He had a pair of fives on, and it was like the Charlotte Hornet colorway. And I mean, he paired it up wonderfully. And it was like, yo, that is big. A classmate, not a classmate of mine. I was supposed to be class of '01. Is having sneaker releases, which I do got the sneakers. I got the first one, the Midwest, the Adidas low cut, the Midwest Kid ones. I got them. I might even pull them out tomorrow. Just be like, oh, I was up on game way before. Like I seen what was going on. He even made the shirt. I love wearing my Dennis Hopkins shirt. You know what I'm saying? Bowser with the Bulls won a ring with Michael Jordan. Like, big. You know what I'm saying? Like success breeds success. And when you have a peer that's doing it like that, you really, 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 it just excites you. You know what I'm saying? And like seeing that really, really excited me and it made me say, you know what? I'm from the cut from the same cloth. I'm about to get up here and do it. Live bold through Christ, excuse me, and live bold in everything else that I do. So I actually caught this timer, so this timer doesn't go off anymore and do like that ridiculous ding. But let's get into the final segue. It's been 51 minutes. I really appreciate everybody who's been watching me. Thank you guys so much. They say part of the algorithm is you got to put the content out there, then you got to go live, you got to go engage, and then once you go engage with people, you got to be like, hey, you seen that tech review I did earlier today, right, with the lavalier mic that I got from Walmart? Well, no fault of my own. Well, fault on me because I deceived myself by thinking that would fit into my iPhone 13 Pro Max. But the microphone that I'm putting online right now, you can find it in my Amazon store. Yes, they made your boy an influencer, and I stand by it because I purchased it. And other than what basically happened was this, right? I had my iPhone and it was right here and I had like this backing. It was sticking to the backing and it kept sliding down. Shout out to my wife. She got this for me in Hoboken. No, she got it at the Oculus in New York City by the World Trade Center. So anyhow, it was just sliding down and like boom, it smacked my desk all of like 6 inches and then the receiver cracked and I try to, you know, you know how black people do. I try to and pray at the same time. Lord bless this and don't let it be broken. And guess what? It was broken. It was like done for, right? So I was like, what am I gonna do? Like the most cost conducive wireless mic I seen at the time was like $150, and I was like, my wife be like, stop buying stuff when you have stuff. But I was like, it's $20. I won't get in trouble. Not that she's going to yell at me or do something like that. It's just that I'm trying to honor our commitment. Our commitment is we're going to shift. We're not going to live above our means. And I'm not just going to be buying stuff and not doing nothing with it. Like, case in point, right? At one point in time, I'm a Basquiat person. I love Andy Warhol, and I like collectibles. So I spent $400 for this brick beer. Yeah, $400 on StockX. I got this brick beer. I might go ahead and put a link. You can get this on Amazon as well. I'm gonna say that, but I'm showing it in the video, so I can go ahead and make a link and cut the clip and be like, yeah, this brick beer is pretty cool. This is 400, and my daughter has the 100, right? And it sits there. It's $400, right? It's just sitting there, right? It's artistic, but honestly, let me be all the way honest with you. It's a waste of money because it serves no purpose. Like I got art that I made that I enjoy more than this brick beer, and it's no not. You're a beautiful thing, but did I need to spend $400 on you? No, I made this a few years ago. I have spurts, and I'm not the most talented, but I made this painting, right, and this painting, my wife was ready to hang up for our Christmas party, and I appreciate her for that, right? That has more value to me than that, and that was just a canvas, and I was expressing myself in paint, saying that, hey, I don't really necessarily need it. Why am I getting it? It's just like everything else. I got a whole lot of shoes because as a kid, I wasn't fortunate enough to get the new release shoes. I wasn't like Cook. I wasn't like Dookie Wayne. I wasn't like D Brownie. I wasn't like none of these people I grew up with. D Brownie and Dookie Wayne, they used to come with them every release. And I was just like, they were cool. They was on the basketball team. We all light skinned. I was just like, if I got a pair of those J's, I feel as confident as they are. Now I got enough J's like to wear J's every Sunday for the rest of this year and not wear the same pair of J's over again. And they absolutely don't serve me no purpose. It was like one of those ideas, like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get these. These are an investment, and then I can resell them." Listen, I am seriously contemplating opening up my X-Men Hall of Heroes and Villains box set. At the time in '93, it came out, it was $50. The price skyrocketed. It's like $400 now. Right now, I might be over exaggerating, but it's at least three, 4, or 5 times its value. Um, and my toy palace, I had it sitting up, propped up, so when I go in there, I can look at it and just be mesmerized. Like, oh, the value's gonna go up. The value's gonna go up. Guess what I ended up doing? I shut the door. It fell down, and because of the cold weather outside, Cyclops broke his leg. Now I still have the 3-inch Wolverine, but I don't know if it has the same value to it. But you know what? It will really serve value to. It will serve value to me because I'm a fan. Like you gotta understand, I'm a super fan. Let me go ahead and show you. Right? I'm gonna show you something. Just hold on real fast. My wife would tell you, and I'm gonna share it with you right now. Um, Here's the story. I got this off of Amazon like 3 years ago. I'm an uncanny X-Men connoisseur, and I could not get Wolverine 2 for nothing, right? And this is Banjo. And I was really excited about it, but when it came to me, the box was cracked open. So I'm like, dude, it lost mad value. How can you send me a tour box, right? And this is Banjo. Like, but Banjo's supposed to have that unique power where you could blow into him like a whistle. And the funny thing about this, I'm gonna have to call AG and talk. When we were kids, I got the Archangel. And where's the Archangel on here? They don't even have the Archangel on here, but he's in my other box set. And I believe he got Mr. Sinister, and we got them right. And my father was like, "Yo, you can wrap it up and put it up for Christmas." I wish I knew how valuable those things was, because like getting that Wolverine now, the Wolverine 2 with the costume, like you can't look at my TikTok. I took it off. Well, my wife bought me that costume for Christmas because we was doing cosplay for Halloween, and I really really wanted it. Right, I really really wanted it. And let me not forget. By the way, if you want to, you can click on the QR code in the top on Facebook and YT, and you guys can go ahead and show me some support. Any support, anything that you do, thank you in advance. It will help me with my food review adventures. But back to the story. So I was a little bit disappointed because this was open. I was like, dang. But I got this Hall of Heroes, and this Hall of Heroes is going to eventually go up in price. And when they said they were gonna release X-Men '97, I got like super excited. Like, oh, this is gonna go up. This is gonna go up like my military fours, my bread OG ones. In fact, I got a story about what I did with my bread OG ones because I said, ain't nobody ever gonna ask me to sell them because I wanted these really really bad, and I paid a substantial price for it. So anyhow, my nephews came home for the holiday, and when your family lives far away, you don't really get to connect with them. I was showing them my shoe collection. I thought they was wild by it, and they were. But I pulled out some of my other collections, and I pulled out my Spider-Man because my second favorite show was the Spider-Man animated series. And when Disney Plus first came out, I watched it. So this is symbolic, right? Because I had a whole bunch of the characters, right? I had a whole lot of the characters. And what I did, because I love my nephews, sorry, I seen the excitement in their eyes, and I knew then I was going to throw them for a spin. So what I did was I gave them a penny collector book, which I got for all of my nieces and nephews. I have it, but your uncle's horrible on sending stuff, and I probably see you and try to remember to hand it to you. So I gave them this penny collection. I said, you guys should go ahead and do this together. And by the way, go ahead, this is your stuff. And they opened it up, and they had like most of the figures that they wanted that they couldn't find in stores. And my wife seen that gesture, and she roared at me. And she gave me this Black Spider Man, which we all know Spider Man 3. They did not do Spider Man, the Black Spider Man, and Venom the justice they should have, and that's why I do want to play the new Spider Man 2 game. But like me and my wife said, I can have the PlayStation Pass, but I'm not going to spend the $60 on the game, which I think we're going to talk. Because I'm like, if I just buy this game, then I don't have no need of having the pass because really like I played Spider-Man Miles Morales and that was like fantastic and they took Spider-Man 1 off, but Spider-Man 1 after you play Miles Morales, it just doesn't have the same bravado to me. So I was like, I'm not even interested in playing Spider-Man 1. I'm like literally falling asleep. Like it has to be like I really was in that NBA Live and 2K kind of mentality. I really don't do Madden at all, and I used to play Mortal Kombat, but like you said, to say, God saved me, and I don't want to give. I don't really like all that gory stuff. Like I can get with some of the characters on Marvel, but ripping people's heads off and all that demonic stuff. I'm kind of cool. They pushed the envelope, especially after Mortal Kombat 1. I played like the first 9 chapters, and then when I seen the ending of it, I was like, oh, okay. You guys are just rebooting the franchise, and you guys are now making a Mortal Kombat multiverse. Like this has been an ongoing game. I wish it could have just been like a classic game, and they rebooted it, but like they have never got the movies right. But once again, I said all this to say this to you guys. Let me go ahead and change up my little ticker real quick. I want to make sure that you guys know to follow me on TikTok. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in the bio. Um, the thing I want to share with you guys is that I'm on a new mission, right? And you guys are going to see my content is changing. I'm changing as a human being. And what I want to do is I call it, you guys remember that TV show? They used to call it my name is Earl. Well, I got a new segment for y'all. Y'all tell me, I'm going to go by this new mission. Hi, I go by John Lee. Let me explain why. I wish I would have given this a little bit more time, but I felt like I was under the gun. I had to hurry up and try to get this done. It still took me like an hour to make all the captions and get all the videos set up. This production takes a lot. So, like I said, I believe it's in the top left corner of your page, or it could be the top right, wherever you see it say support straight up. And if you're on TikTok, you can go ahead and throw me some stars, some diamonds, any of that stuff. It'll go a long way in supporting me as I make these broadcasts while I'm home. Like I said, God willing, I think I want to get back behind the camera, and I kind of miss working for a studio. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun at Panama City Beach, but at that point in time, my eye was fixated on the prize. I was like, y'all ain't paying me enough money. I got 2 kids and a woman, and living on the beach on a condo is really really expensive. So shout out to my wife because she held it down because I wasn't getting the money necessary to sustain in that profession. But I wish I could have endured because there's been like a lot of cool people that I know are doing big things. In fact, one of my fellow coworkers, they're working for ESPN, and it's just a blessing to be in the mix with people who are doing great things and pursuing their excellence. So I said one of my things is that not only do I want to be bold in Christ, I'm keeping Christ at the forefront of my mouth, but I also want to publicly apologize to people I have done wrong to in the past. So one of my favorite shows, and thank you Pierre for this. He put out a post. He said, "What's the show you still mad that that got canceled? That got canceled?" Well, I'm not mad. All good things come to an end. I still need to finish up the last season of This Is Us. Sterling Heights is one of my favorite. And in fact, I can't wait to watch American Fiction. I can't wait for that to be streamable. That is going to be extremely good. I think it's coming to Apple TV. But my name is Earl, and that was the dude that did was a Dave, the Alvin, the Chipmunks, and I think the extreme biker that ended up getting this TV show. But the show, and I'm paraphrasing based upon my knowledge of it. Don't shoot the messenger. Just pray for me. Um, my name is Earl. It's based upon a guy named Earl making amends for the things he done. Like he got a list of things he's done wrong, and he's apologetic. And I think you're gonna see a video on my Instagram, not my Instagram, excuse me, on my TikTok. This is going to be on my TikTok, so please follow the QR code. And it's going to discuss, this is my oldest is senior year, and just keep us and keep her in your prayers. I hope she continues on the journey of graduating. We all stumble, we all have some difficulties, and we all go through some things. And obviously, me being absent and me being pig-headed Neanderthal at times and not doing what's in the best interest for them, but making them more so accountable for their actions and making it a teachable moment. Um, I definitely regret not handling that situation better. And I wish I was strong enough to just embrace her and tell her like we're gonna persevere through this. But um, one of the things about being a girl dad is that when you feel conviction, you feel like your children are right, and you feel like you did something wrong as far as being away and not mimicking all the things I should have mimicked, meaning that it wasn't like I was beating up my kid or abusing my children or something like that. It was more so that I was really absent. I was chasing the dollar. I was making the money. I was giving them a lifestyle, something that I thought they would appreciate that I didn't have as a kid. Um, so I was kind of like not doing right by them. I was kind of, living my childhood out through them and saying, well, you have access to all of this. So, why are you honestly mad? But, that's dad being a dad. My dad didn't do this. My mother didn't do this. You should be grateful. You got to go see Beyonce. I fly you out everywhere. You went to New York for your junior spring break. We kicked it. We stayed on Manhattan. And I mean, anything about New York and flying into New York and spending a week in New York in the city, listen, you don't even want to think about the hotel rooms. But it was like, look, my daughter wants to be on Broadway. I want to take her to the Mecca of Broadway. I want her to see a Broadway play. I want her to have these experiences, but I wasn't there to be consistent. And sometimes these jobs, sometimes put you in a fickle situation. Do you want to get the money? Because as an adult, hey man, the money. But the money wasn't serving them. Money wasn't serving no one but me. I became a slave to my money. I became a version of myself that I didn't need to be. I wasn't the dad preparing food for them every single day and being there and encouraging them. And, they can come home and talk to me. We can have a conversation and we have a rapport. I had high expectations and I let them know when I was disappointed and I would overreact. And, you know, someone came in and filled the void and it happened to be my mother. And like I said, I put in my post. If you go on my TikTok, um, I'm working on it. I told her a couple of days ago when my niece was born, I forgive you, but I don't want a relationship with you. I'm not hungry for this relationship because all this relationship seems to do is hurt me in the long run. And um, taking away the opportunity for my oldest to graduate at the school that I had the vision for her to graduate, where I put my money where my mouth was, that's been hard for me to rebound back from. So I said, I forgive you. I'm praying for um, blessings, and I'm praying that one day God can make the situation right before we both check out. And that's just where it's at. She had texted me, and I told her, I was like, I don't even know why you text me. I really thought it was my daughter who was texting me, not you. And it's not cool because there's no way you can expect me to want to move forward with you when you single handedly are meddling in something that ain't got nothing to do with you. And my daughter went from being on the fast track to go to this university to being taken off course. But I got to remember, This is God's will and this is what God is doing. So who am I to stand in the way? Nothing happens by accident. Even though you feel like, hey, this could have prevented this, it's God's will. Does it hurt? It does hurt. Because even with that, I wanted something for myself, but that was me seeking validation. And that's something I said I had to continue to pray for. But back to this my name is Jay, or John Lee, excuse me. And it's so funny because for the longest, I said that was really funny. I said for the longest, I was always trying to form an online identity, so I came up with Jay Kemp years ago, JAYIKEMP, and the suction cup is getting ready to fall. This time we ain't got to worry about it because it's not like I got a lavalier mic set with the receiver in it like the last time. So if it falls, sorry TikTok. Maybe I get the RPM together and I can do all of this on the same thing. But basically, long story short, um, I'm going to write a list, and I'm already in the process of apologizing to people because it hurts me none to be the first one to apologize for something I may have done unintentionally or done maliciously or just being petty. It's not going to take away nothing from me to sit there and say, hey, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Because at the end of the day, um, we all we all have made mistakes, but not everyone can put the pride to the side. And that's why I was telling my daughter, once again, God forgives. You know, God's a forgiving God. You know, and I'm just paraphrasing. And I feel like God is forgiving me for my wrong and forgiving me for my transgressions. And I'm appreciative of that. And I said, you just have to be a believer. I said, I get it. At your age, talking Jesus, fall on death's door. Like, man, I'm young. I'm young in the game. I got plenty of time. I ain't worried about that. But I told her, like, honestly, you can do better than your dad. You can do it now because the joy I have and how it makes me feel fulfilled in the inside, I really sincerely believe, like, replacing the bad with the good. Is warranted. It's like nothing I'm missing. Everything I thought I was holding on to that had something of value, and I was fighting for, I gave it to God, let it go, and and then it came back to me 10 times over. And I ain't saying that for you to do it and manipulate the situation, no, because it's still a testament. You know what I'm saying? Where would I have been if when my TV broke, um, I held on to that pain. Like that pain would have stopped me from moving forward because I wanted to find fault in someone other than myself. But I was reacting to what they suggested. But at the end of the day, the TV doesn't equate to their life. The TV doesn't equate to our relationship. Things happen. Things are meant to get destroyed. Just like that receiver yesterday. I always say it's easier for me to process when I break my own stuff, but sometimes somebody's gonna break your stuff. Sometimes somebody's gonna break in your home. Sometimes somebody you love is gonna break your heart. I mean, these things happen. This is why you forgive, you forget. I understand I have the right not to move forward with a relationship, but in my heart still wants to love them. I just have a high expectation for them. I have expectations for them that they have yet to, reach. And they might not ever reach it. It might not be meant for them to reach it. I have to be okay with being disappointed. I have to be okay with knowing that I went to Walmart. I did my first tech review live, and it was a USB C. And even though I had a device that took a USB C, it still served no purpose. I still could not get it to sync up. That's going to happen in life. What are you going to do? You're going to be frustrated. You're going to throw it. You're going to break it. You're going to shut down. That's the easiest thing. I was literally in the bathroom earlier listening to one of those devices that respond when you call them, and it started playing Donnie don't McClarkin, Donnie McClarkin, we fall down to get back up, but a saint is nothing but a sinner who's been down and gets back up. And it was like, we are going to fall, right? My grandmother scared me to death. A few years ago, my uncle was taking a microwave out the house so they can go to the repair shop. She was in her 80s and it was a cold day and she slipped outside and fell. I was scared. I'm like, I don't want my grandmother to die because she fell. Like she's really, really fragile. We got to keep her safe at all times. Long story short, she didn't die. Okay, I was a little bit, extra because I was concerned about her safety. But we gonna fall down. It ain't about falling down. It's about getting back up. It's like Pastor Michael Todd said, being hot, honest, honest, what is it? Humble, open, and transparent. God cannot, God cannot reach us what we try to keep. Like God knows everything, but the way Pastor Todd put it, it makes the most sense. Like you're not going to confess your shortcomings, then you're not even in a position for God to start working on you. And I know some scholar can come, and that's cool. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying it makes sense. It's math is mathing. So, like I said, my whole purpose is to use my platforms to connect with people, and let you guys know about God's love and what God's done for me. And if any point in time I could be of any assistance in your journey, like I said to say, just leave a comment. All right. And I'm gonna ask you publicly to pray for me because I'm never too good for prayer. So keep me in your prayers, keep me in your thoughts. And like I said, I love you guys. Thank you so much. This is day 2 of this journey. I'm really trying to get a hang of this technology. But now it's time for me to be a dad, and I'm gonna sign off. Blessings. And if anybody is on my social media page, please go right ahead, follow me on TikTok, and I'll talk to you guys later. Love.